Well, good morning everyone. It's a magnificent looking Monday morning here after about 1.5 inches of rain over the last couple of days, which has been really good, and especially for our newly planted potatoes. We've got a bit of a busy day today. We've got tomatoes to put in, we've got a hothouse to stabilise up, we've got our new calves over there, and one of them, the first new calf that was born, his mum has really big teats. And because calves don't have a real big mouth, he's having trouble getting his mouth around it to get a drink. So what we're going to do, we've taken a bit of milk out of mum, milked her a little bit, got it in a feeding bottle here. He is drinking out of 1/4 of a bag. We're out of 1 teat of the 4, but I reckon if we give him a bit of supplementary feed, it's going to do him the world of good. Come on. Well, that's just brilliant. The little calf started to drink. Didn't want to drink for a start. Didn't have a lot of strength, but actually gave him some stuff called Up and Go. Yeah, it has got him really up and going. Straight on to the mum now, and having a nice drink. When he was born, he must have fallen on his tail. He's got a broken tail there, but that won't affect him. So yeah, he's doing great now. So that's really good news. Okay, the first job in the late morning here is going to be fix this fence up that's behind me. We had a bit of a, not a catastrophe, a couple of calves got in here last night. They didn't do any damage though, and I guess, you know, they're young, they don't know what they should be doing. So what I didn't have was a star picket between that post and that post up there, and it made this fence very wobbly. And of course one of them pushed down on it, pushed it down a bit, jumped over, broke the top wire. So what we're going to do is just tighten it up and put a dropper in there and stick a bit of barbed wire across the top. Right, that's the first job done. Now all we do is just tighten this barb up along here, and then we're done. G'day everyone, it's a good day, wonderful day actually. We're going down to pick our tomato plants up. Okay, we're getting pretty close here, but I've got to find the road that goes down into it. Okay, maybe this is it here. Weird thing is, I've lived here all my life around the area, and I'm not quite sure where to go down here. Okay, this looks like a fairly decent road, so this might lead to it. Yeah, it looks like it does. Yep, I think we're on the right track here. It's only a new facility, but very, very large. Okay, now what we've got to do is find the reception area. And there's the reception sign. So we'll head down here somewhere. Where's your reception? Oh, okay. Thanks, mate. Well, I've got some of them in here in the cab with me, so no one knocks them off when I go shopping again. And I have to say, this is a very, very impressive setup. Well, it's blowing a gale outside, but we're in here anyway, in the hothouse, and it's time to put some tomato plants in. We've got some lovely looking beefsteak tomato plants there. We've got the area ready to go in here, and we'll get them on their way. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll dig some holes to put them in, and then we'll put a bit of water in them, not too much, but just a bit to keep them moist, and a bit of sulphate of potash. We've already got the dynamic lifter, the pelleted chicken manure on there, and then we'll put the plants in. So even though we had a huge harvest in here last year, I haven't put the holes as close together as what I did last year, because they were a bit of a pain in the backside to pick. So we'll just keep them apart a bit. So the first thing I'll do is just set the plants out in the holes where they're going. Okay, so all we're going to do here is knock the plant out of the container. Just break the soil up a little underneath. Put them in there. Put the soil back around. I ended up not putting any water on them because that ground is fairly moist. But what we'll do here, just snip a couple of these bottom leaves off and just take them off so they don't get water splash on them. Now we'll get our sulphate of potash. There's the hole in the bag. I've lost my Leatherman. Okay, got it. Okay, so now what we'll do, just put a little bit of sulphate of potash around them for when we water them. So we've taken a nice few shoots off this one, and we'll just break the soil up. And what we try to do is take the bottom stems off and put the soil about a third of the way up the plant. And by doing that, the plant actually develops roots everywhere under the soil. So by doing that, you're getting a better root system than what they actually have in these pots. So that's a little trick that we use. Sulphate and potash around it. So we'll just take these couple of small leaves off there, and we'll plant it deeper than what the soil is when it came out of the container. So there we go. And what that'll do is make probably double the root system to what it had there. The sulfate of potash promotes growth and blooming, and that's what we want. We want a lot of flowers to produce a lot of tomatoes. And there we go. We've got them in. A dozen plants in here. They'll produce a hell of a lot of tomatoes. And they're looking very healthy even now, so that's just wonderful. Very happy I've got those in. Love my homegrown tomatoes. Okay, so we'll just whack a little bit of water just around them, not too much, just to keep them going in here because it is quite warm, and hopefully we don't get these gale force winds that are expected and blow us off the face of the planet. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of water around them, do it back up, and we'll just leave them, have a look at them in a few days' time.